Should you stay natural or use steroids? What's up everyone, this is Axel, Damian. Welcome to the channel. If you're new, in this channel, I'll provide the best and latest diet and training information. So if you haven't done so, consider subscribing. But anyways, in today's video, we're gonna be talking about should you stay natural or should you take steroids? And listen guys, I get it. That's a question that we've all heard, we've all asked ourselves, and I understand, spending 1, 2, 3, 4 years in the gym already and you still feel like you haven't reached the physique you wanted, and sometimes it feels like that physique is nowhere in sight. So what do you do? Is there any point to continue staying as a natural lifter? Is there a limit? Did you hit your limit already? That's something you need to ask yourself before you consider switching over to the enhanced side, right? The steroid side. But what I'm here to tell you today is, before you make that change, before you decide to cross over to that other side, I want you to think about the possibilities of being a natural lifter, the limits, the untapped limit you haven't achieved yet being a natural lifter. So how do you really know if you achieved your true natural limit? How do you even know there really is a natural limit? Well, one thing we do know is that it takes about 10 years to really get to what we so-call the natural limit, and at a minimum. And I'm not talking 10 years of on and off training. I'm talking 10 years of consistent, productive training. I'm talking 10 years of tracking, of hitting your protein, tracking your calories, being consistent in the gym, training, progressive overload, doing all these things, doing that for at least 10 years. And then by then, you might have hit your natty limit, but most likely you haven't. And what I'm here to tell you today is that it's pretty crazy how far we can actually push ourselves, how much muscle we can actually grow as a natural. So for those of you that feel like you aren't going anywhere, or you'll never be able to achieve a certain physique or a certain look, well, some of you guys are gonna have a harder time getting to where you wanna be. Some people are luckier, some people have better genetics than others. But you shouldn't be discouraged because of that. Because I'm telling you right now that if you can stay consistent and continue working towards your goals, you'll get to a place to where you're happy with the physique you achieve. Now, a lot of you, what you guys are doing wrong is that you're overcomplicating things. You're trying to get results too quick, and because of that, you're hindering your long-term progress. Now, a lot of you are asking too many of the wrong questions as well. For many of you, you should just be focused on a couple things. What are those things? You should be focused on your protein intake, your training, making sure you're progressively overloading, okay? Making sure you're doing something you can stick with, making sure that you are training in the correct intensities, you're training with enough volume, training with the correct frequencies, right? Those are the general things you want to focus. You shouldn't be going searching, when's the best time to take protein? What's the best supplements to take? What's the best macronutrient breakdown? All these questions have a place, but I'm telling you right now that when you overcomplicate things, you end up losing sight of what's really important, which in turn makes it harder to reach your goal. So always keep things simple, because I'm telling you right now, the natty limit is farther away than you really think. You can achieve so much as a natural lifter that you'll be amazed. So because of that, I want to showcase you some natural physiques that have actually really impressed me a while ago. So let me show you here one right now. First person that I actually discovered recently was through 3DMJ coach. His name is Alberto Nunez, and the person's name is, let me go down there, Joshua Kenyon. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and put a picture of him up on there. And yes, believe it or not, this person is natural. Now, I cannot say that I've talked to this person or this person has taken the test and published the results, but I'm telling you that based off of his coaches, the team 3DMJ, they've all stated themselves that he is a natural lifter, and I trust them that they are telling the truth. They're not the kind of people that would say these lies. So as you can see right there, based off his physique, this guy right here has a physique that's better than a ton of enhanced lifters. His physique is pretty insane for a natural, but he definitely has better genetics than the average person, okay? You can consider him an outlier, but he didn't just start off with that physique, okay? It took work, it took years of consistent training. He's been training since he was 13. And see right there, what if you went that enhanced route? You would have never known what your potential was as a natural. I mean, look at this person. As just staying as a natural, he looks better than so many enhanced lifters. So just think about that for a second before you cross over to the enhanced side. Now, one other person I wanted to showcase as well, people in the bodybuilding community, and that's Dr. Eric Helms. Now, he recently competed, did a bodybuilding show, which he won. And I just want to show you his physique right here. I'm going to put it up on the screen. As you can see right here, he doesn't have as great of genetics as the last person I just showed. And Dr. Eric Helms has stated himself before that he would just consider his genetics just slightly above average. But as you can see right here, through his training, through his consistency, through his diet, through his overall knowledge in the natural bodybuilding scene, look at the physique he achieved. Yes, it doesn't look as crazy as Joshua here, who I just showed previously, but it's still a physique that he is definitely proud of. I'm freaking impressed that he achieved something like that. And I'm telling you right now, all of you have a potential in your own way to achieve a physique like that, that I'm telling you, you will be impressed with, and so will everyone else be. So, one other person as well is, take for me, for example, I want to show you my physique when I first started out. I was pretty much chubby most of my life. Take a look at this. Yes, I get it. I was pretty fluffy, okay? Someone would say pretty fat. But that's how I was most of my life. Now, what if I never took up working out, huh? What if I would have probably stayed that most of my life? But I can tell you right now that that once I lost that weight, I didn't immediately I didn't have these muscles hidden underneath, okay? Take a look at this picture. This was after my first cut. Definitely really skinny. After years of training, so after 3 years of training, take a look at where I took my physique. Boom. So who would have thought that I would have been able to achieve something like that? You would never know what you can achieve until you put in the work and you do it consistent for a long time. And remember, anything worth reaching is not going to be easy. It's going to be hard, and it's going to take a lot of time. You just have to ask yourself, are you willing to put in that time? Are you willing to fully commit? Are you willing to do this for the long run? How much do you really want it? Because I'm telling you, this might be the hardest thing you've done, but it will be worth it in the end. And as long as you trust the process, keep things simple, you'll get there. And that's all I wanted to say, guys. That's a wrap. Guys, if you enjoyed this video, give it a like. Don't forget to subscribe. And of course, I'll see you all in the next one.